Kuphinda kuphi emakhaya nasemadolobheni siyanivuselana uDokotela Walter Konda, a minister of the word of God. Siqhubeka ne-series yethu lapha, the power of true leadership. Sikhuluma ngama-values ethu lapha, worship and honor. Today we are going to read from the book of 1 Kings chapter 3. So, funza verse 4. Funza nje. The king went to Gibeon to offer sacrifices, for that was the most important high place. And Solomon offered 1,000 burnt offerings on that altar. 1,000 burnt offerings. 1,000 burnt offerings. When you read the story, you discover that King Solomon emulated his father, King David. King Solomon walked according to the statutes of David. He loved the Lord. He honored the Lord. He went further more than David by offering sacrifices at Gibeon, the high place. When you give, you give. You give at a high place. You give your offering at a high place. That's what this verse says. He says he gave 1,000 burnt offerings on that altar. The most important high place, Gibeon. He gave burnt offerings, 1,000 bulls, honoring his God. In response to that offering, to that honor, to that worship, act of worship, to that act of devotion, God appeared to him in a dream. God appeared to King Solomon in a dream. He asked him, "What do you want me to do for you?" Offering provokes the heart of God. Offering pricks the heart of God. God showed himself to the king. "What do you want me to do for you?" When you give to God, you're not wasting. When you're giving to the work of the Lord, you're not wasting your resources. You're worshiping God. And the much you give is the higher the return that the Lord shall give to you. The higher the return. It's ROI. The business. Return on investment. ROI. You are investing in the kingdom of God when you give. At the Kairos moment, at the right time, at the perfect time, that investment that you are making in the kingdom shall reward you. The investment shall pay off. That investment shall yield forth fruits, benefits. God said, "What do you want me to do for you?" After he gave 1,000 bulls at Gibeon. Where is your Gibeon? God is God of justice and righteousness. God never changes. He moves with time. Where is your Gibeon? Where is your Gibeon? Where is your Gibeon? Where do you give your monies? Where do you give? Where do you offer your prayers? Where do you offer your time? Where do you offer your skills and talents? I'm not talking about just local churches here. I'm not talking about these denominations. I'm kingdom minded. I'm talking about the kingdom of God. Simply because I've come to understand that sonfo kunama elements egama. I've come to understand. I've been around for quite some time. I've read newspapers. I follow social media platforms. Sawuba indzawo yokubalekelwa instead of indzawo yokubalekela. By conduct, by administration, by wanting favor of man than obeying the will of God. Where is your Gibeon? Soup kitchens can be your Gibeon. The Coco centers can be your Gibeon. Places where you offer your offering, where you offer your gains, where you give in the business of God. It's as good as you are doing it to the Lord. Where is your Gibeon? How do you fight your battles? I choose to fight my battles at the altar. I choose to go to the altar to fight my battles. Battle of poverty, battle of ignorance. In return, God asked Solomon, what do you want me to do for you? Then King Solomon, in response, he said he wanted wisdom. He chose the right thing. He never opted for material things. He wanted things that are divine. He wanted wisdom. Given an opportunity to choose, what do you choose? Because the chap is one things, wants instant gratification. Into emzuzwana. Funa into etakujabulisa kwanyalo. Be excited. What about the future? He chose wisdom. I wish onke amakhosi angakhetha inhlakanipho. Bonke abopresident bangakhetha inhlakanipho. Bonke abaholi bangakhetha inhlakanipho. Bonke bobabe bangakhetha inhlakanipho. Bonke bomake bangakhetha inhlakanipho. Bonke abantwana bangakhetha inhlakanipho. Wonke umuntu angakhetha inhlakanipho. Why inhlakanipho? If you have wisdom, you have everything in life. It's easy to fight your battles if you have wisdom. You know what to do and when to do what. Where is your Gibeon? Solomon asked for wisdom simply because he wanted to lead God's people the right way. And God in return, in response, He gave him even wealth. He helped him even against his enemies. Because God is God of justice and righteousness. He asked for wisdom. He asked for wisdom. What do you want from God? Ubekene esandleni saJehova. Thandaza kangaka nje. Cela kangaka nje ebusuku nemini. Soza sikubambise nangemthandazo. Ubekene ibhisekethe. What have you put on the palm of God? What is on the altar? Kushani altar? What is burning on the altar? What is burning on the altar? Your prayers must follow your sacrifice. You don't just pray empty prayers. You pray on the grounds of sacrifice. You pray on the ground of an offering. On the ground of substance. That's how you pray. That's how you fight your battles. Battle of ignorance. Solomon asked for wisdom. He wanted to erode ignorance so that you would know how to lead God's people. God gave him even material wealth. Ufunani kuJehova? Ubekeni kuJehova? Ubekeni kuJehova? Lalela. Stop looking for overnight success. Abraham and Sarah, this couple, they made affirmations for 25 years. Then the child crystallized. You keep on speaking what you want to see. But you don't just speak without putting a seed. Because the Lord had promised them a son. Then they kept on making affirmations. They pronounced that their fathers. Abraham pronounced that he is a father of generations. And Sarah likewise, mother of nations. When they changed their name from Sarai to Sarah, from Abraham to Abraham, then they spoke. Every time they were calling their names, they were crystallizing, forming in the atmosphere their firstborn child. I say to you, my brother, my sister, make sure that you have an offering. Put an offering on the altar. Make sure that you honor the Lord with the offering. Just like King Solomon did. He sacrificed. He provoked a divine encounter. We see his deep devotion to God. How is your devotion? Is it deep enough? Usingasukumisa amazulu, athi uNkulunkulu ufuna ngikwendeleni. What do you want me to do for you? Ufuna uNkulunkulu akwendeleni. Phethene esandleni. When they dedicated the temple, he offered 22,000 bulls. 22,000.